OG, I've been abroad, but I've never been to the US. And I've seen and heard so much that I'm just tempted.
You'll get the opportunity. And all my friends have had memorable experiences, particularly on their first visits.
Acha, I'd like to hear one.
Sure. As India's IT companies began growing their business in the 1980s, many of us traveled overseas for the first time. And we were, of course, quite nervous going to new places and having to learn even basic things like how to use a payphone or how to take a taxi or other transport from the airport. And my Gujarati friends often carried bagfuls of tasty edible items because they feared that they wouldn't get vegetarian food. And so they had a few months worth of chaklis and methi theplas and khakras and murmuras and shakarpalas. Of course, our allowances were close to subsistence levels, and we all carried travelers' checks that we had to encash, but we basically always had to be very frugal. In 2000 November, we had Sachin Torne join us. And within 2 months, he was sent to the west coast of the US, to San Diego, to take over as project manager for one of our most important publishing clients. Now, unlike our normal scenario, we had a couple of people on client site. And Snenath, Sachin Patil, and Vinod, the outgoing project manager, who Sachin was replacing, all came to the airport to welcome him. And in those days, you could come all the way into the baggage area to welcome your guests. Sachin arrived after 3 long flights from India, late in the evening, close to midnight. And then they waited for the bags. And of his 2 bags, one appeared, but there was no trace of the other. And he began to get anxious and started thinking of filing a missing bag report. When finally his bag appeared, the last bag on the conveyor belt. And from that black bag, the lone bag on the conveyor belt, was a trail of white powder. And now Sachin was relieved and he went up to the belt to collect his bag, when suddenly 3 cops appeared with a sniffer dog. They wanted to check out if this white powder was an illegal drug like cocaine.
Cocaine.
And he was flustered, but he said, "Sugar."
Oh.
And the sniffer dog was quite happy. And the cops actually put their fingers into the powder trail and tasted it and confirmed that it was sugar. But they were mystified. So they asked him, "But why did you have to bring sugar to the United States of America?" And by now, Sachin had regained his sang-froid. And he said, "For my morning tea." And the story became a legend.
Indians and their love for morning tea.
With imported sugar. We'll be back next week with the next episode. Please like and comment below. And if you like a lot, do share.
Also, subscribe to our channel Qisse so that you don't miss out on any Qissa by the OG.
YOE.
What's YOE?
Years of experience.